Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Today's guest might be the most unique person I feel like I kind of have worked with for years without actually ever met in person. Ugne from Lithuania.
Yes.
We're gonna get to know you first before we're talking about who you are and what you're doing here, but your shirt kind of gives it away already.
Yeah. So I'm Ugne from Lithuania. I work with Taiwan. So Taiwan is one of my focus areas in NordVPN, but also I've been working with East Asia and the Chinese markets for, maybe like 10 past years. I am super interested in the region. We used to travel with my parents to Hong Kong, then South Korea, and I got super interested. First, it was just East Asia studies, a bit of Korean. I lived in Korea, but then I decided to change from Korea to China. So I spent 2 years in Beijing. So I joined specifically for mainland China, but then I moved on to Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Singapore, and been working with these markets ever since.
Is this your first time in Taiwan?
It's my third
time?
Yes.
Okay. What do you feel about Taiwan so far then?
Because I'm not here for holiday, I cannot really visit that many places. And I really want to visit other cities in Taiwan. I've been to Jiufeng, but then nothing else really.
Okay. Jiufeng is a very good, if you're only going to visit one place, like around Taipei-ish, I feel Jiufeng is like, it's not a wasted trip. It's very good visit, yeah.
Yeah, but I do want to go to Tainan for the food, and also it's more like traditional vibes.
I was gonna say, like living in Lithuania, how much would you actually know about Taiwan? But it seems like you know more than I would have assumed that you would have known. No offense, but normally people have like no idea, and we only know Taipei.
Yeah, of course. Been working with this area. I've been studying this area for the last 10 plus years. So I do know places in this region. I not only just check, cybersecurity news and how is VPN performing, but I also need to know how the different cities are doing, whether anything is happening, what the news are, what the society is doing just in general. And it's sort of my special interest. So I like knowing things about this area.
Previously here on the channel, we had Paulius, the Lithuanian representative on this channel, twice actually, talking about Lithuania and the differences between Lithuania and Taiwan. As a normal Lithuanian citizen that does not literally spend 24/7 just promoting Lithuania, how was the difference between like somewhat like normal life in Lithuania and if you could picture like the day-to-day life, what would you say would be like the biggest difference?
Commute is absolutely a different thing. Here I take buses. In Vilnius I usually walk because Vilnius is a tiny city compared to Taipei. So the commuting is definitely something different. And also just the amount of things that you can do after work and just during the day, the places to visit, cafes to visit, and different lunch spots is just in a way overwhelming to me. But there's a huge offering of all the different things that you can do. And since I do enjoy East Asian food and East Asian aesthetics and everything, I go to every single 7-Eleven, which I would never do in Lithuania, like with convenience stores, and I need to see all the different iced teas and iced coffees.
You mentioned like Tainan and food. In general, like what would you say is like the favorite Taiwanese food so far, or the favorite thing that you've snapped up here while traveling around?
I'm really partial to chi pai.
Oh, okay.
It's so good. I do like salty food, so it's just perfect.
Yeah, a student's best friend if you're here in Taiwan, like growing up during your student days at least.
Yeah.
When you go back to home to Lithuania next week and you tell your friends and family when they ask you, how was Taiwan?
It's really good in Taiwan. I mean, that is the reason why I keep coming back. Like, I just love people here, super welcoming, super warm, will help with anything, anytime. I love the foods. I love all the little stores that you can go to, because I do enjoy like finding little trinkets, and I like all the like pop culture from East Asia. To me, Taiwan is a very warm and welcoming place all the time, so I don't feel like a stranger here. I don't feel too weird. It's a place that I do recommend to everyone. And especially now, since Lithuania, Taiwan, we do have a good relationship. It's not difficult to come here. Quite easy. We don't need visas. We can stay here. Flights are long, but yeah, it's definitely worth it. Even without speaking Chinese, you can still get around. It's like compared to mainland China, you go outside Beijing, you go outside Shanghai into, well, smaller towns that are just 10 million. No one will be speaking English or anything else. But yeah, in Taiwan, you can still sort of get around.
Is there any difference between like Lithuania and Taiwan when it comes to like VPN specifically, or just like cybersecurity, like more in general?
There are definitely some similarities because of the geographical political position. So as Lithuania, we do get a lot of cyber attacks, a lot of trolling, a lot of phishing, a lot of nonsense from Russia, people trying to get into data every single day. So that cyber security knowledge is there. That basic knowledge is definitely there, the awareness. Taiwanese are a bit more cyber resilient in this sense. Even the older people, they know a bit more what is happening, how to use devices properly. Lithuanian older people are still on Facebook, believing all the AI photos and videos. And yeah, the business itself is much better in Taiwan. For the VPN industry, Taiwan, Hong Kong, education-wise, are definitely doing the best because the knowledge of a VPN is around 70 to 80%. Because again, political, geographical position.
Oh, so it's better in Taiwan?
Oh yeah, Taiwan is definitely much better.
Maybe it's because of all the YouTube marketing you guys have been doing.
Yeah, that is true. That is actually true.
I have been using NordVPN specifically. It was my first VPN, and I have used it for I think it's like 10 years, 9 years. But for me, it's more like being a foreigner here in Taiwan. I just use it to like access other type of content that might be like regional blocked. Someone up in the clouds think that I am in the US or in Sweden. How does it work like security wise? How does this add an extra layer of security, which I know that it does, I just don't know how.
So it all comes to the very magical word IP address, because that's how the computer and the network or the service provider, they see your IP address and they understand, okay, you're coming from this and this and this place, as every single computer in the network has that IP address. NordVPN or other VPNs, they completely hide your actual IP address and change it with another one that is from our servers. So a server in the United States, it provides you with an IP address, and then the security does come from the fact that your actual location is hidden, and the connection between your computer, the network, the service is all encrypted or all just like in a nice tunnel that cannot be accessed from the outside.
I want to ask you first, what is your one favorite feature about NordVPN?
To me, it has to be the server amount that we have, because as I work in marketing, it is a very important thing for me. So like the content access from other countries, to me, it's a daily part of life. As I am based in Lithuania, we do have like internal network, but it's not in Taiwan. And I need to know, okay, the advertising is showing in Taiwan properly? I need to know what the Google results are in Hong Kong or Singapore. I need to access some of the websites or social media and see how it looks from the actual country. And then, of course, on a daily basis, I just have it on my devices for that extra protection. And I just don't think about it. It's always on my phone.
Exactly, because that was what I was going to say as well. Like, I don't know exactly when this happened, but like, let's say like maybe 3 years ago, you started to have an Apple TV app. I have literally like never turned it off.
Okay.
Like NordVPN is just running in the background, and my nameless streaming service that I use is just I have access to the entire world.
Okay.
I feel like internet free. I don't know if that's a word, but that's how I feel. Yeah.
It's sort of borderless internet, as we call border free.
I don't know if you would have the information about this, but as like a normal user, I've seen like these like other VPN ads and everything online as well. And it's like you go to a coffee shop, these ads are more like you need to have a VPN to protect yourself. How common is this? Is this like an actual issue that normal people at normal coffee shops should be aware of? Or is this more targeted like, okay, we know that this guy is like this the CEO of TSMC. I'm just like throwing it out there. And they're waiting for him specifically to use an unprotected network. But if you're someone like me, like no one would want my specific information. Am I still like a potential target?
You still are, because your data doesn't matter if you're like, oh yeah, I'm a nobody, nobody cares. Your data still costs something in the dark web. So the hackers can still see like, oh look, a Swedish guy. His passport number should be quite interesting and useful for someone. Or like the financial information, especially if you're logging in to your like internet bank at a cafe. It's like, yeah, that's quite easy to just intercept, hijack the Wi-Fi connection, which usually happens, and then the hacker's like, oh, nice, Swedish money.
Well, they will be disappointed if they hack my bank account. I'll tell you that. Can you explain how this works? Like, how would someone be able to like hack the Wi-Fi?
The easiest way that most of the hackers use is just setting up a Wi-Fi as a fake twin. So it has exactly the same name as like Starbucks Wi-Fi 101 or whatever. And if a cafe has maybe 5-6 Wi-Fi connections, Wi-Fi 1, Wi-Fi 2, Wi-Fi 3, it's very easy to just create a new one. And then it's not protected, just easy to connect to, but then all the data is going to a certain server, a certain network.
And how would having, for example, like NordVPN help me protect myself against that?
So in that case, your data, it would not be accessible to the hacker. So you would still be using the Wi-Fi, but then your whole data, your whole connection is again encrypted in a tunnel. So even for that Wi-Fi person, it would just be completely scrambled.
If there are some Taiwanese people here specifically now who have seen my previous videos, subscribe to this channel, and know about like what NordVPN is, but still for some reason have not tried out the 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can literally try it out without any risk at all, even like no financial risk. How do we convince them to just give it a try? What do you feel like they may not yet have understood of how amazing this service is?
That is a big question. I mean, what is not to like about it? Pressing one button, you don't have to think about any of that. You can just browse the internet, you can go to social media, you can do all the things that you're doing, but you know that, okay, we have like threat protection as a service, as a feature. You can just turn it on and you know, okay, if there is any malware website, any phishing websites, you will not be able to access it because you will immediately get the alarm. So it is just a service that works without you having to think about it.
And we already know that you're definitely coming back because you said you're going to check out the food in Tainan.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can maybe even see you back on this channel sometime in the future as well. And if that is something that you want to see, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and also like this video to show your support. And of course, maybe check out some NordVPN links for some special deals and some maybe extra months down in the description as well. Or you can simply visit nordvpn.com/Lukas and you'll get 4 extra months to your NordVPN subscription. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Lukas. It starts with L as in like, ends with S, and subscribe. Please do both, and see you all in the next one.